Yo, we are back in BMX Streets. You know what? Last time I did a video on this map. This is CNTRL AVENUE by Jer. I was actually kind of coming down with some crazy stomach bug, which has like knocked me out for a full week. I wasn't feeling at my best, and when I was like editing the session over, it was kind of like, I don't know, it's okay, but it's a little bit short. It's not quite as creative as I wanted it to be, so I kind of wanted to get my revenge on what else is on this map, because if you haven't seen this map before, it is absolutely massive. And I only covered a tiny part of it in the last video. So we're going to do some spot hunting, I think. Now, if you press the equals key on the keyboard, you'll actually notice we've got a little multiplayer menu over there. Multiplayer has kind of been put into the game. It's a very early version. I think it's just been tested out. I tried it once before, and I saw another person, but they were kind of flying all over the place, crazy, and I'm not entirely sure it was working properly. But at the very least, if you do play this on the PC, you can probably test it out on the built-in maps, and I think people have played together. I haven't really tried it out myself. You can set the region as well in this menu somewhere. There you go, under multiplayer. You've got a region option, so probably EU or US depending on where you are. But for the sake of this video, it is a mod map, and it's not entirely working as intended yet, so I'll hold out until it's actually like proper functionality. Then we'll have some multiplayer sessions. Well, that's the aim, at least. Interesting. Kind of a shame that you got to hop so high, because it looks kind of jank. It does sort of work pretty good. This bit's kind of unique. Like, it's just awkward enough to feel like a real spot, rather than something that's been specifically made to be ridden, which is a nice feeling sometimes. If everything's a bit too perfect, it's maybe not as interesting. Because yeah, it is actually kind of awkward to ride, if I'm being honest. Wait, why are we going backwards? Saved it. Yeah. You see how you kind of gotta like fight to get something? Or sort of look at everything from a weird angle to get it to fit together. It's nice for a change. Okay, I found something weird. We've got this bin on its side next to a bank and a rail, which should allow for some interesting things both ways, I think. Okay, crazy hop on that one. I was thinking we could potentially get over the rail, manny on it, and then hop back over the rail and back down. Something like that. Ended up being a stall. I don't know if I'm asking a bit too much to actually have like the leverage to get all the way back again. I suppose this works though. Nice. Okay, found another little spot, which is kind of interesting. Nice. Right, over in this corner of the map near the tennis courts, found a little bit of a like backyard area as well. So we've got this little roof thing we could probably session on. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna have to try get into that wall somehow or another. You know what, that's actually way harder than I expected. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't really get anything super amazing. And I've also noticed with these rooftops, you can just blast down into the bowls from here as well. Let's give it a quick go. Hope it works. Well, kinda. Whoa, okay. We could probably get back to the roof, actually. Or grind to the wall. That works. Okay, I'm not really sure what you can do from there. As you can see though, just looking around all these little areas around the houses and stuff, there's a ton of different things. We've got another bowl over here as well. So many little like hidden gems here and there. How are we going to get out of this? Nice. These little no parking fire lane things are like a bump jump paradise because they're just angled enough to get you on a rail like that. Okay, just barely made it out of that one. Okay, I totally did not intend to do that. Just wanted to do a bar or something. But it's one way of showing off this little area right here. Man, there's just stuff all over the place with this map. Could even do like another session after this one and still come up with tons of stuff. I'm just sort of like seeing what hits at the minute. But yeah, with this current tour of the map, we've come back to the original starting point where I did my last video. So this may be a good place to call it, unless I can think of anything else. You know what? I will call it there. We'll see what happens when it comes to multiplayer. I don't know if it's going to get working with mod maps as well. I presume it should, because that's going to limit things quite a lot otherwise. Hopefully we'll have something to report on that end. Console players, again, who knows what's going on with Xbox updates, PlayStation 5 version as a thing. Ooh, curved rail. Not rail, ledge. You will be sure to hear me say something. Do a video if anything does come up. That was easy enough. Yeah, plenty more to come. I'll see you in the next video.